Hello everyone, Fangs here, and welcome to another game from the Continental Cup. Today I am playing as hunters against Azaghal. I'm going to do my typical Pizza Wizard start. It's what I typically do, but it's been now that we're into the 5th week, or at least I'm playing our week 5 game here. We have Europe has ever so slightly pulled ahead, although not all the week 4 games are done yet, but it's still neck and neck. It could still the competition could still swing either way. There's still room for things on both sides. Alright, let's get started. Horse? While it's nice to get the horses early, it's not ideal for Van Helsing to draw one. Ooh, glue ticket. Excellent, excellent. Okay, second glue ticket. Nice, nice, nice. Okay, and I suppose I'll simply take the stake off your hands and then take the tickets. Evil presence, okay. No real surprise there. A knife. Well, okay, Harker, that's nice. Okay, Mia gets a knife. Very nice, very nice. Oh, there's a last glue ticket. Excellent, excellent. Yeah, apologies for not chatting much with you for anyone watching chat, but naturally, since I'm competing, I can't have you giving me ideas of how I might be able to cheat by the tournament rules. But yeah, here we go. Let's just... Nah. Holy bullets is a little bit tempting there, but not. Nah, just not worth. Okay, we already have Harker up, so we'll search with Aggie. Just check out Valona. What do I show? I think I just show. Honestly, I just think I show the knife, because when does Mia not have a knife? Okay. Okay, that's improvements to horse economy. Anyone need some trade? No, nobody really needs to do any trading. So let's just keep going. Oh, hello. Interesting. Interesting. So, this location right here is within Austria-Hungary. I mean, I've only drawn one horse, and the one horse I have drawn is on Van Helsing. Do I have Van Helsing start crossing the channel? Actually, probably, because the sooner I can get him to Le Havre, then with that 2-2 ticket, he can go down to Bordeaux, give Seward the horse and the knife. Yeah, I think I'll have Van Helsing start moving across now that I have a general idea of where he is. Okay, that's a no-no on both those. Oh, horse. Nice. Okay. That doesn't really make things a little bit awkward in terms of trying to give a horse to Seward. Lucy's Revenge. Okay. Excellent. So the Lami's tickets are now fully set. I mean, for lack of anything better to do, are you still in Austria-Hungary? Yes. So both of these are in Austria-Hungary, which means that this, I mean, Harkar will tell me the exact location eventually. So I'm not really in much of a hurry. Ooh, CG. Nice. Okay. Goodbye, dogs. Yule presence. Okay, so, well... Okay. Great strength. Nice. Okay, I'd best trade with Mina, empty a slot. Not to mention that that'll help me get Lucy Revenge to where it belongs. Let's do a trade, or at least so that I can spread out the white ones bit. This means that both of them have a non-white one ticket to spend with charred carriage if I eventually find one of those. Okay, you supply iron ticket rather. Okay, good. That's not only one ticket. That's you. So I now have nearly perfect horse economy. She can keep the great strength. Okay, he's still in Austria Hungary. So all three of these, at least all three of these are within Austria Hungary. Thing is that since he's so close to me, and well, might this be an early CG drop? Because I don't have it fully armed yet, but oh, there's the horse. I'm gonna have to toss the stake, unfortunately, but oh, behind the veil. Oh, so he has both fogs in hand, and he also has some aristocratic hooks and bodyguards. Goodbye. Okay, you, horse, go to Geneva, and ideally, Van Helsing will be able to go there as well. Good. Okay, use supply. Chuck that back in. Scouts. Okay. Let's. Okay, Sarajevo, Belgrade. And I know that this is, which means that this thing here is either in Klausenberg or Sajid. I can't comfortably do. Wait, do I trade or do I simply have Goldaming set out? No, we trade. Ack. Whoops. Okay, you trade. Take the knife. Take the horse. Give Van Helsing the rifle and crucifix. So then, next turn we have Goldaming and Seward meet up at Munich, so that Seward can give Goldaming his horse. See if we can perfect our horse economy. Nope, not yet, but oh well. He is no longer in Austria-Hungary, which means that he went to either Sofia or Valona. Okay, Galatz. Okay, so I can't get there, so unfortunately I'm just gonna have to let that mature. Unfortunate, but oh well. But the thing is that will wipe the trail all the way up to here. And we know that that this place here is Sophia or Valona, so I'm not too concerned about it. I also have Vampire Lair to slow him down. You go down there so that you can continue being the supply bot that you are. So Galatz, Klausenberg, Belgrade, Sarajevo, and then he is no longer in. So he went to Sofia or Bologna. I think I'll have a supply one more day. Rufus Smith. Okay. Honestly, that's actually a pretty good time for him to be my ally, because he has just kind of cut himself off from going westward, so he's gonna have to go to sea eventually. So this, and then you get that. Okay, you trade with Guldamin, give him Lucid Revenge. Go ahead and take the consecrated ground, and let's see, how many? I've discarded one stake. Mina's holding the second one, so there's still 2 stakes in the deck, so I'll have him also take the Vampire Lair. Aristocratic matures. So this is so I know where the trail picks up again. It's either at Sofia or Valona. Okay, Dark Hall, fetching a card. I see. Alright, let's move. Slow horse, unfortunate. Toss Holy Circle, forewarned, nice. We'll trade with Seward, empty some hand space. Who do I want to be carrying CG? Honestly, I probably want Van Helsing to have it. Likewise with Vampire Lair. So I'll just empty the slot by giving Seward forewarned. Then, for lack of anything better, we'll just do that. shame I don't have any RVs, but hey, I've gotten plenty of good stuff already. One can't have everything. Go to Sophia. So it was Valona, so that means that he's down at Athens, or at Salonika. And I know that he will have had access to a fog due to Behind the Veil. Okay, toss away that. Pass. Use search. Hoax. Okay. Let's give me an extra weapon. Have Suit carry the stake. Pretty sure that he will likely just go to sea now, because regardless of whether he's at Salonika or Athens, yeah. And that means that Rufus Smith can start doing his work. I'll let Goldaming start to withdraw and head west. Meanwhile, I'll have Seward stick around to deal with the trail. But okay, there's the stake. I'll actually keep the crucifix. Charter carriage, nice. Is it Salonika? No, okay. It's important to know which one before I move Seward. I figured it would likely be Athens, but never hurts to make sure. Or at least rarely hurts to make sure. Yeah, tomorrow I can have Van Helsing play Vampire Lair, so I'm perfectly fine with his event count being full. Yep, Rufus Smith doing his job. So, granted, I do not know for certain whether or not he's going to Rinian, but I would assume that he is. I suppose I'll move into Venice as a precaution against the Adriatic. Okay, sure. Whatever. So this is obviously a double vamp. Okay, sure. Oh, so it's enraged. Enraged, eh? Enraged, eh? So his Dracula event is enraged. Good to know. Good to know. You play Vampire Lair. Mina can start heading west now. How many Dracomans have I discarded? 7, number 8, and number 9 is in hand. Okay, pass. I'll have them search it by day tomorrow because otherwise I'll need a night fight. And I don't need to do a night fight, so why should I? Will he stay out at sea? Will he? I imagine that regardless which way he went, he will land now. The reason I say this is because, as if he doesn't land now, it gives away that he went to Renia now, and that then he's in the Mediterranean. I can just go racing west without any worry about going in the wrong direction. I show the third heavenly host in this pile. And I need Van Helsing to dig that up. Normal landing. That would appear to mean that he's gone to Cagliari. Okay, he didn't erase the Valona layer, so it's not that. So it's either Black Sea coast, or Bari, or somewhere along the Mediterranean. You search. Deal with this stuff. Interesting. Do I simply... Yeah, I simply just accept being delayed by night and use the stake to avoid the fight. Because I don't need a night action, so whatever. I don't care. A surprising return would be very nice. I seriously doubt that he went Black Sea coast. But I think I'll have Mina stop here until I know that I can go further more safely. Do I trade with an housing? I suppose just pass. You are delayed, so, but whatever, I don't care. The nice thing is that if he's at Cagliari, if he wants to hide at Cag, he's going to have to, feed, then Dark Hole, then hide, if he wants to hide there. But the feed only makes it more likely that... Okay. That was a bit of a risky supply, as I could have found the third Heavenly Host. Lucky find. Okay, you, honestly, I kind of just need to find a Scouts, or something like that, before I move Seward too far. Nope. Yeah. Let's try to find something better for Mina. Okay, there's the last HH. Surprising return. Okay, so that means I'll use that this evening to this at dusk to it's not CAG. Interesting. Very interesting. Well, so so that means that no matter where he is, I think that I drop CG tonight. Pass. You pass. You play CG. We'll put the permanent token here in Genoa. I never stepped there. Okay. On the off chance, this is quite possibly a rather sloppy CG, but okay, so in that case, let's... Alright, so he did go Tyrrhenian, but now he'll be kind of stuck. He's gonna... Since he can't go back to Scene, I've cut him off from going to Bari. He'll be funneled in towards me. So, I think it's good enough. Definitely not ideal, but good enough. Playing Dark Hole again. Yeah, Goldon was standing on Venice when he landed, so I know it's not Venice. You go here. Set. Now he's ready to charge carriage into literally anywhere in the boot. So So I know that he's currently located either at Rome or in Naples. I suppose I'll trade the Forewarned off of Seward. Also the escape route, because Seward won't be able to get here. Doing. Yeah, so I know he's either at Rome or Naples. I'm guessing that he's going to be moving into Bari this turn. And that could be the hide card too, but... have him go to Bari. Yeah, that was a tad obvious. Okay, so he gets the fog off. But... okay, in that case, I'll just have Swordfish for an event. Okay, well, which one was it? You don't spend Shark Carriage, but you can train down to Rome, cut him off from going there. Meanwhile, you, Mina, go to Venice and just sit there until he lands. Because he's going to be forced out to sea. Okay, he's choosing to go into combat. There's really no need for me to do anything. We'll just... and the thing is, even if he gets to escape his bat to where? To Florence? Okay, I don't care. Okay, yeah, he does get to heal too, which is annoying, but it's in the long haul, it shouldn't be too big a deal, since I am hot on his heels with there being only one encounter that I had to clear. Okay, you fetch a new ticket. Pass. I mean, if he doesn't go to sea, then that'll be a very bold move. Yeah, perhaps using the CG in the way that I did was a mistake, but it's entirely possible that that's true, but when you think about it, I really all I did was I used it as as 2 copies of hired scouts, and by blocking off Genoa, that's a major coming in from sea route blocked off. So, whoa, bold choice. Have him escape route so that the others can come, in and help. Let's, I suppose, just pick up an event. What to do? Do I accept his challenge of the 2v1? Or no? He has enraged, so... I think I'll fetch the lucky find off of Wildaming. Yeah. Let's see. Okay, in that case, we simply won't discard anything and play Garlic Wreath. That's literally the best thing I could. All the rest was junk. So, how to begin? I think that we begin with punch and well, punch. It's possible that he's trying to orchestrate an enrage, but enrage escape his bat. Well, except no, that's not how that works. Enrage means that he can't escape. So, okay, ouch. Okay, but I deal 2 damage, so. I'll go with... We'll go with Rifle for Van Helsing. And then Mina, I'll just do Knife. Okay. So I'll punch with Van Helsing, and then I will dodge with Mina because now she's mesmerized. I was expecting him to target Mina with the Fangs. I. This is interesting. Mina has the more valuable items, so I'm actually not going. I'm actually going to accept Van Helsing's death. This may seem ridiculous, but by doing things like this, when he inevitably targets me with Fangs and then does enrage to bite her, I can make it so that Mina keeps her horse knife Henley host. Van Helsing's items are not as valuable. Yeah, he's gonna save the enraged for. I suppose he just didn't have the fangs. Yeah, so I lost the Forewarned, and a charred carriage, and a white one. But fortunately, it's not the worst thing in the world. You just rest, then you pass. Yeah, it's unfortunate, but I think that was correct to do. So, I would assume that he's gonna go back out to the Tyrrhenian Sea. Yeah, I can't let Naples go. I have to make sure to deal with that. You go to Naples. Okay. Come to think of it, I perhaps should have sent him east. You leave the hospital. You go. I suppose you go to sea, and chase by sea. You search mob. Okay, that's no big deal. So unless he chooses to land at Cag, in which case I'm threatening to have Mina land on him and have the Gul'daming potentially excellent weather across to land on him as well. Rufus Smith gets to do his thing. Yep. So Gul'daming drew Money Trail while he was in Bari, which is highly important. I'll get to know whether he's gone to Mediterranean or Ionian, which that definitely appeals to both options. Okay, you went east. Alright, I can't afford to wait for the white one. It would just cost me too much time. Okay, you supply. Planned ambush, nice. He does have wolf form. But then again, he may It's entirely possible that he'll choose not to do wolf form because he knows that I do not have uh that I do not have CG since I already spent that. Let's try to find that glue ticket again. Okay, let's flood the deck to a certain extent. So long as Van Helsing has at least one ticket, I'm fine. Okay, there's only 4 health left. So you shall have to be wary about Heroic Leap. Updated his layers, so removing some layers. Okay, wolf running ashore. Makes sense. So now he'll be at Sophia or Valona, most likely. This is going to be tight. Let's see. Do I go Bari, Adriatic, that, or do I try to go jump to Florence, jump to Munich, jump to Sarajevo? I think I go with the latter option. Okay. Next up, go to Sophia. Yep, and that's where he went. I know that he can't have fog, so... Bats. Okay, well, that doesn't stop me from having a fight with him. Give him planned ambush. Yeah, I think that this ought to do it. So, what's your gun mind? So I do gotta keep in mind that he does have enraged. So if he plays Fangs, then I have to let him heal. Strength. Okay, that means I just get to dump a Heavenly Host on him. You will play, but that's a victory for the U.S. Excellent. Alright, so... yeah, that was a little bit tight. He got to 9 influence. Let's get him chat. And let's see if he's up for a bit of a chat. Alright, Azaghal has agreed to a bit of a chat. And now that the game is over, I can take a peek at who's... hey there, Snuff. And wish granted, I have gained us point. Hello, Azaghal. GG well played. Okay. Yeah, what you should have done there that last fight is play Fangs, because since you have enraged, even if I have a knife, you can just enrage that and you heal because I don't have Aggie in play. That's a guarantee.
I realized afterwards that's a typical kind of combat mistake I often make.
Well, enraged...
After I played, I realized, oh no, too late to take it back. So
Yeah. Alas, but let's see. Let's fill out our post-game reports together, shall we?
sorry.
Shall we fill out our post-game reports together while we continue?
Yeah, that sounds good.
All right, but I suppose for YouTube, I suppose. Thank you everyone for watching, and see you all next time. Bye. But for those on Twitch, feel free to stick around and listen. And listen to as we chat about the game. What is your exact starting location?
I started in Klausenburg.
Interesting. That was a little bit interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, 19 days passed. Yeah, you nearly got to week 4 there, but not.
Yeah.
It was actually Psychic Bond that revealed your general vicinity. It's not often that that's the case.
Yeah. No, that's true.
Yeah, it's interesting how I found it. What did you find it interesting how Van Helsing died? By any chance?
You mean that I should have fanged Mina instead? Or what aspect of it did you mean?
The fact that I actually could have played a great strength there, but I willingly chose not to.
Yeah, I saw that you had great strength, but I guess that you saved that for a potential Mina fanging.
Yes, I chose that because Mia's hand was far more valuable. She had the typical knife host horse, whereas Van Helsing had crucifix garlic rifle. So I'm really not all that crestfallen about losing that. I did lose my 1 forewarned in the process, but oh well.
Yeah.
All right, there we go. That's my report submitted. But yeah, that's.
Wait. Sorry. I'm just going in. You said 19 days, right?
Yes, 19 days, as it turned out.
Hunter victory. What, 9 influence finally, right?
What's that? 9 influence? Yes.
9 influence, 0 health, 19 days, yeah.
How did you feel, by the way, when I pulled out that vampire lair? Did that like make you like particularly stressed or anything?
No, to be honest, I was a little bit uncertain of where the game was heading in that direction, like at that point. So I wasn't really certain why you did it or how.
I did it that
a particular plan.
Well, I did it for one thing. It meant that the influence breakpoints were more favorable. Well, since without it, you would have been at 11 at the end, and therefore just needed to survive a couple more days, and then you move once and win. Also, also another rumor vamp somehow getting through would.
Yeah, exactly.
But since in the end that did not matter, fortunately. But hey, it's for me. I just played it so that I could just get out of my hand and empty up a bit of a hand space, more than anything else.
Yeah.
Just get it over with. Make sure that Van Helsing's available and ready when the time comes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Rufus Smith definitely did his job.
Yeah, definitely. I feel I have a tendency to use the C quite a lot, so I think it's quite tricky to have Rufus against me, but I still prefer that to Aggie, I think. I mean, because then it feels so hard to try to threaten at all in combat at points. So, yeah. Yeah, now I've spent more.
Yeah. It's kind of just how that works. Goldami got lose revenge, by the way. So you dodged that.
Yeah, it felt like Godalming had quite a lot of strong stuff, so I was hoping that I wouldn't have to take him or Seward on that much, but yeah, you were too quick to figure out where it headed, so
it was a little obvious because I just sent Seward west out of the east, so it was a little obvious. So I would have made that my guess regardless, but I actually Goldami drew the money trouble. He was stuck in the fog.
Yeah.
I didn't have it the first time, which is why I had to use CG as like a scouts type of thing.
Yeah, that was an interesting usage of CG.
Yeah, it had potential. On the wacky circumstance that you did go to Black Sea, I boot you back out to sea and wipe your trail. So I felt it was worth it. If for no other reason than the knowledge. And well, it let me get on you very quick. So especially after the surprising return that I drew that day, gave me the knowledge that you weren't at CAG.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I'd hoped that I would maybe at least one more day after that.
Well, in any event, GG.
Yeah, thank you very much. Well played.
Now to those on Twitch, thank you everyone for watching, and see you all another time. Bye bye.